Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, June 13th, and many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryNews.com. Here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Senators from the Dakotas are among those making another attempt to have the bison declared the national mammal, citing the animal's historical significance and importance to Native Americans. South Dakota's Democratic Senator Tim Johnson said the goal is to recognize its cultural, ecological, and economic impact. Johnson said the bison has played an important role in our nation's history, holds spiritual significance to Native American cultures, and remains one of our most iconic and endearing symbols. Johnson, Senator John Thune, Senator John Hoeven, and Senator Heidi Heitkamp are among the co-sponsors of the National Bison Legacy Act. The bill is backed by the Rapid City-based Intertribal Buffalo Council, which includes 57 tribes and the National Bison Association. If passed, the largely ceremonial designation would give the animal more recognition, but not any added protection. Similar legislation introduced in 2012 stalled in Congress. A resolution co-sponsored by Johnson designating November 2, 2013 as National Bison Day passed the Senate last year. Arizona State University has entered into an historic agreement with the San Carlos Apache tribe in southeastern Arizona that will bring a college to the tribal nation, as well as programs that benefit youth and emphasize healthy lifestyles. The Apache Tribal College will prepare students for the rigors of university studies and encourage more of them to pursue a four-year degree at ASU or other institutions. Terry Rambler, chairman of the San Carlos Apache tribe, said a tribal college operated by and for the Apaches will help secure the future of the tribe, not just as a means of sustainable economic development, but as a critical institution to preserve our language, our culture, and our history. ASU administrators will work to advise the tribe in establishing the college's operating guidelines, articles of incorporation and accreditation standards, as well as support for credit transfer partnerships. The Memorandum of Understanding also supports the tribe's sports camp and healthy lifestyle initiatives. The Poarch Band of Creek Indians has elected its first female tribal chair. Tribal officials said in a statement that Stephanie A. Bryan has been elected to serve as the tribe's new leader. Officials say Bryan is replacing Buford L. Rowland, who is retiring. In a statement, Bryan says she's humbled that the tribe's general council has put faith and confidence in her leadership abilities. Officials say Bryan has served as the vice chair for the Poarch Creek Indians Tribal Council since 2006 and has held leadership roles on numerous boards and committees. Officials say a swearing-in ceremony will be held during a tribal council meeting June 19th. The Navajo Nation's Head Start program has announced that it will receive a 5-year non-competitive grant after fully passing federal reviews for the first time in 2 decades. The expected $125 million grant from the Administration for Children and Families would serve more than 2,100 children across the country's largest American Indian reservation. According to a letter sent to the tribe, representatives of the Administration for Children and Families conducted the most recent review in May and found that the tribe had met all of the 2,800 standards for federal Head Start programs. The Navajo Nation's Head Start is the largest American Indian program of its kind in the country. The program has served Navajo youth since 1965 and has about 450 employees. About 86 Head Start facilities are open on the reservation, and the tribe expects to open another 30 in August. A traveling exhibit of Native American medicine practices in North America was previewed in the Dina Ina Center in Anchorage. The exhibit explores the different aspects of wellness, illness, and Native life through interviews and art. The exhibit is called Native Voices, Native Peoples, Concepts of Health and Issues, and it features concepts of health from contemporary American Indians, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians. Representatives from many different tribes were interviewed about the different medical practices and the importance of the well-being of an individual for an entire community. Senior staff at the U.S. National Library of Medicine in Bethesda, Maryland, Dr. Robert Logan, says the exhibit started as a way to show Americans the health disparities and difficulties that medically underserved communities face, but then it turned more positive. People not only told about examples of failure, but also of success. Logan says the exhibit uses a combination of Native artwork, artifacts, and interviews with Native Americans accessible on iPads and tablets through iTunes that work together to explain the use of traditional and Western medicines. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.